Morning everybody, 1st of September and another day in my daily diaries of looking after my wife with Parkinson's and dementia, or Parkinson's dementia. It's the dementia that comes with the Parkinson's. It's not like two separate ones. Well, it is really, but if you get the Parkinson's, it progresses into the dementia as well. I don't think I've explained that before. I'm sat in the front. I'm in a different room today because one, it's raining outside because I'm at home. I dropped Angie off when I came home. I've not been to the gym. So it's raining outside, so I'm not going out there, and I've got my washer on in the kitchen. So I normally do it in the dining room, but once or twice it's been noisy. So I said I'd keep an eye on that. So I thought, well, I'll go in the front room. So that's where I am today. So I didn't go to the gym this morning. I just came home and had a lounge in the bath, just did a few bits. I'm just going to have a bite to eat now. And then I'm going to go and carry on doing a bit more sorting through and packing stuff, what's up in the loft. Get a few hours done, rather than just go out, and have a walk and stuff. I can do that sort of another time. But the packing needs to be started, so I'm going to do that this afternoon. So that's why I've not been out. I dropped Angie off. It started when I got her up this morning at 8 o'clock. But again, she was just dead to the world. She really didn't want to get up. It was like lifting her up, and again, the best way I can explain it's just like trying to lift a bag of spuds or a bag of cement, and it's I don't know what it is. It just seems to be becoming regular now and all. And I said to one of the care workers in the hotel, 1 minute, that alarm's going off, in the hotel, one of the care workers in the day centre, she just really seems to be going downhill all of a sudden. As each week passes, it seems to just get worse. There's no upside to it at all anymore. So I don't really know. She didn't want any breakfast this morning. I cut her a full banana up and she had about 4 little slices of it, and then wouldn't open her mouth. No, I don't want any more. No, I don't want any more. And she refused it, rather than when she can't open her mouth, she refused it. No, I don't. I've had enough. So she had a cup of tea. But she didn't have nothing to eat all day yesterday because she was in bed all day yesterday. Didn't get up at all. Didn't want to get up. Asleep most of the time when I were going in. Checking on her and asking her and giving her the tablets at 12 o'clock and 4 o'clock and what have you. So, you want to get up yet? Come on, let's get you up. I tried that. No, 10 minutes or, and then you don't know whether it's the right thing or the wrong thing. You don't know. I don't really know. I suppose it's when she's like that, it's easier for me to leave her in bed, but then it just sort of, I don't know, I can't do anything, and you just sort of feel like it's a wasted day then as well, from my point of view. What can I do? Our lad didn't come over yesterday. He sent me a text. He couldn't make it for some reason, which is probably a good thing with Angie staying in bed, because really I would have had to sort of force her up, or if I'd have left her in bed and they'd come over, what's the point in that? So I don't know what it is. It's a weird one. I'm glad we're going seeing the Macmillan nurse on Friday, at the hospice, so I'm gonna push to see if she can get me some respite, myself, because I did get a reply off one of the ones I'd inquired with, off that list off Blackpool Council, but I've got to book it for 2 months, so I only want a couple of nights. Oh no, the minimum we'll do is like 2 months at a time. At first you think, well, who'd want 2 months? But it's like if I was to go in hospital, then who'd look after Andy? It's that type of thing. It's sort of a long-term respite rather than just a couple of nights, or a few nights here and there for somebody just to recoup and recharge the batteries. So that was their reply. You know, so I said, I'm not making any phone calls. If I get replies, I do. If I don't, I don't. I'll wait and see on Friday, see what the Macmillan nurse says, see what she can do for me. You know, just explain to her. Well, obviously, she'll probably know anyway, because we have been referred just by Steph White, the Parkinson's specialist anyway. So, you know, she felt like we deserved to be put forward. You know, so yeah. So anyway, fingers crossed. So we'll see. They're usually pretty good from what I hear. I've never had any dealings with a Macmillan nurse or a hospice. You know, so I don't know, but you know, it's like a next step down the line, isn't it? So they are more accepting, shall we say? I know. So yeah. So Angie, when I got up to day centre this morning, it's like all the care workers. Hi Angie, come on, you got open your eyes, Angie. Da, da, da. You know, have you had a good weekend? So, you know, I was telling her she'd been in bed and that and what have you. So, and one of them said, because she's always sat with her head right back, really right back, like that, you know, and her eyes are shut, and really, but she's dead stiff. She's only gone out and bought one of them neck cushions, but a proper memory foam one, and he said it clips under the chin like that. Because I've got one, you know, that fits round the neck, what I use sometimes of an evening. But it's more like one that you have in the car, you know, for just resting your neck. Travel, like a travel pillar. So yeah, so that was just what she bought that off her own bat, you know, thinking of her, you know. So it's a really nice place, that Warren Mount. It really is. You know, again, first time I've ever had to deal with a daycare centre, you know, but. You know, I mean, years and years and years ago. I mean, like a million years ago, when I was a youngster, shall we say? About 10 years ago now. I know my nana used to go to one, but she went to it just she went every day just for company. You know, so but I never went. So this is like the first daycare centre I've ever really had dealings with, and it's fine. It's great. It really is. So. Yeah. A couple of things to laugh about. On Friday, when we was over at Abby's having Angie's hair done and touched up, and she sat there. She got all the dye or whatever it is on her hair, and she sat there with towel round her and nodding off. Andrew, hey, do you want a cup of tea? Come on, have a cup of tea. Open your eyes, sort of pecking her head. Right, come on, have this drink of tea. So I've got the straw, and she's got her eyes open, got the straw in her mouth, she's drinking this drink of tea. And I could see her eyes kept going like that, looking down like that. And I said, so you finished? She said, yeah. She just looked at me and said, you've got boobs. Oh, no, yeah. I said, no, I have, yeah, so don't start telling everybody. And just like that, I know. And then eyes shut, so it was just right out of the blue like that. Yeah, so that made me laugh. And then was it yesterday? No, Saturday. Sat at the dining table, again eyes are shut, and I'm trying to feed her, and she just opened her eyes and looked at me and said, "Declan Rice." That footballer plays for Arsenal. Now, I've never mentioned Declan Rice to her in my life. I don't support Arsenal. He's all right, Declan Rice, but only as an England player. So I've never mentioned Declan Rice at all. So where the hell that come from? I've no idea. It wasn't even on the telly. It wasn't even on the news. It wasn't even talking about him on the telly out like that. Just right on the blue. Declan Rice. I just nodded her head like that. I know, so... Yeah, you got to laugh. You've got to laugh, you know. So, yeah. So I'm going to go up at Loft in a bit. I'm going to get this, make myself a sandwich, you know. I've just put the kettle on. Make myself a sandwich and go have that, and then go up in the loft and see if I can get through stuff without starting looking at stuff. The way you do. You know, you start reading stuff, don't you, and all that sort of stuff. So I have made a start. There's a couple of bags Or what I brought down the other day, like I said on Saturday, was it? They're in the car ready to go to Chance's shop. So if I get a chance, I might drop that off in a bit on my way to pick Angie up. If not, I'll drop it tomorrow or Wednesday. Just leave them in car till I'm passing. Yeah, so I hope this sounds all right in here. You know, somebody said get a microphone. Let's see, I didn't know anything about that, so I've checked online, and there's all sorts. Look, just little microphone that clips here, and like a little fluffy bit on it. You know, for if I use outside, it'll cut the wind out. You know, it's like a Bluetooth then from the microphone to my phone. So yeah, I'm picking all these little ideas up. Like this stand I've got it on now. You know, one time I'd have been sat here holding it in my hand like this, you know, my arm aching and shuffling about. So yeah, one day I might get it all right. All right, so and I really must. I've sat it here now, and I'm just looking at my saxophone there, and I'll just show it you. There it is. See it. We have it in here as like an ornament, you know, so I used to sort of just pick it up and play it one time, but I do need to get back on it. I'm going to try and book a refresher course on all. Yeah, but amongst everything else while I'm doing now, should we say. You know, but I do, if I can get some respite, then I can get stuck in. And once I've done a day or so and got myself going properly, I can fit it into some schedule, you know, like on a Monday or a Thursday, and then I'm even going to start mentioning to Angie about a third day at the day centre. That'd be really good. You know, could then probably do Monday, Wednesday and Friday, and move the outreach worker from Wednesday to Thursday, maybe, or Wednesday to Tuesday, something like that. You know, and when I go and do my shopping. But yeah, I mean, I'm not planning on doing that right now. And get my respite is more important. So, right, okay. So I'm going to do whatever I can get done today, and then go and pick Angie up later as usual on a Monday, and nip over to Sisters for a cup of tea and a chat. We didn't see her on Friday, did we? So yeah. All right. So same as usual, please press your like buttons, send me your comments, follow me, share these videos out there. Have a look at the people I'm following, you know, the people with Parkinson's. You know, Andy, you know, the It's Only Parkinson's, and Punk Rock Parkinson's. There's a few of them now that I'm following. So have a listen to it from their point of view as well. You know, the people who's actually got the Parkinson's, listen to how they're coping and what they're doing to fight it and stuff. You know, I had one message last night off somebody, and her sister's husband's just got diagnosed with it, and he's struggling to accept it. You know, and she said her sister doesn't think she's going to be able to cope, which obviously then will affect, you know, the lady who contacted me, and it just affects more than just the person who's suffering it. It's a bastard of a disease, it really is. Right, okay, I'm going to get off, and I'll do another one tomorrow. So as usual, you take care now. Bye.